Hey Queens, happy new moon in Cancer and happy Queen of Diamonds Day. Today, July 3rd, 2024, it is a Queen of Diamonds Day. I'll talk a little bit more about this ancient prophetic system of the Magi card science in a little bit. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm Andrea Blythe, creator of Let Love Rise, where I help people journey back to joy after grief. Particularly, my skill set is helping midlife women who have been through a divorce. Here at Let Love Rise, I love to storytell. In fact, that is the inception of the blog, was initially me just processing through my own divorce grief through storytelling. And so today I want to tell you a story about a queen. The queen is, of course, all of us. We are all queens. It is the divine feminine energy that resides in everybody. And as I said when I began, is that today is a Queen of Diamonds Day. So imagine a Queen of Diamonds. She is the suit of values and money and self-worth. And so this queen is very regal. She is beautifully dressed and she is riding in this carriage. Imagine, the satin walls. Okay, and Bridgerton fans, you know what I'm talking about. Who is your favorite dressed person on Bridgerton? But oh my gosh, so I am just picturing this beautiful queen riding in this lap of luxury in this carriage, and then suddenly the carriage comes to a halt. And when that carriage comes to the halt, the queen waits for a while and waits and waits, and then the news gets brought to her that there's a fork in the road. And the carriage man why did I say carriage man? So sexist. The carriage driver, male, female, non-binary, does it really matter? This is your story. The carriage driver is at a crossroads and doesn't know which path to choose. And so the carriage person, I'm having a hard time not using pronouns. They say, this is just going to take me a second. So I'll figure this out. So the queen is like, okay. And the queen waits. And the queen waits and waits and waits for the carriage man, woman, person to make a decision. And ultimately, she starts to get fed up. She's like, what is going on? Just make a decision for the direction that we're going already. And then the queen had this moment of like, oh my gosh. Not only am I a queen of diamonds, but I'm a queen of clubs. I am the master of my mind. The queen is all powerful and she is a master, and in her mind she realizes all of a sudden that she doesn't need to wait for the driver to make the decision on where she's going to next. She could decide on her own. She can say, go left, go right, go straight ahead. And what the queen decides to do is to play the most interesting path. So she gets out of the carriage, she looks left, she looks right, she looks straight ahead, and with all of her wisdom, she moves forward. She says to the driver, we are going to veer right. Because where I'm sitting, what I'm looking at here along the river, that is the most interesting path. That is the sunlit path. That one looks a little scarier. Not too long ago there was water there, but that looks I'd rather go that way. So, queens, you're all mighty, all intelligent, all powerful. I don't need to explain the moral of the story, but I'm going to. The moral of the story is that we all have a choice on which direction we want to move our carriage towards our life. What is the path that we want to follow? And we can give that power away to other people, to jobs, to family members, to spouses, to living circumstances in our situations. We can make up all kinds of reasons why we can't go that direction because we're here, but we're waiting for other people to drive the car. And this new moon that is coming on Friday, July 5th, this new moon is like, not anymore. Not anymore. This is your time to get into the driver's seat of your life and choose a path, choose a direction. You don't have to know it all. You just need to choose what feels best. What is the slightly better feeling? Move that way. What is the path that looks just a little bit more fun? Choose that. One tiny step. This new moon, which by the way is happening at 14 degrees of Cancer. Letting one arm take a break here. That is where the sun and the moon are conjunct in the sky at 14 degrees of Cancer. So it's really helpful to know what area, what house Cancer lives in your personal birth chart, which is based on a snapshot of the universe the moment you took your first breath. So it's important to know not just date, but time and location on the planet. So 14 degrees of Cancer. Cancer is the sign where the moon is just so happy in Cancer. The moon loves being in the sign of Cancer. It is a feminine water energy, and it rules over our home and our ancestry, the people that where we come from, who we live with, what our environment looks like, what it feels like. And this new moon is especially blessed because it's right up there with Venus, who amplifies that love and beauty and creativity energy. So how are we creating that for ourselves and in our home environments? You know, we are here in the United States just celebrating the 4th of July, Independence Day. So many people are going to be preparing their home to invite people in. And just ask yourself, like, when I am having people into my home, how do I feel? Does it bring me joy? Or is there an overwhelming amount of stress involved? Pay attention to those signs. Your body is speaking to you. If there is stress, I ask you, why are you doing it? And not from a place of judgment. It's not a, why are you doing that? But it's like, what is internally driving you to do the party when it is creating stress? Is it the systems that you have in place about how to, time manage? Because it's a big deal. I've thrown some parties in my day. It's a lot. I used to totally freaking stress out all the time. And then I moved and I hosted less. And when I do, I know now that I want it to come from a place of true joy and welcome to my home, which, by the way, Boise locals, this Friday night is in honor of this new moon. I'm going to be hosting an event. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But Cancer rules over all of this domain. So it's really amplified in such a beautiful way right now because there are other aspects happening, but they're all pretty beneficial. Like one of the biggest ones is that this is forming right now I forget if it's a sextile or a trine. So it is a lesser but still beautiful aspect with both Neptune and Saturn, who just yesterday and a couple days ago went retrograde in the sign of Pisces. Pisces, another water sign. So these are the two planets, both planets that are currently in the sign of Pisces are retrograde right now. So once again, if you know your birth chart and you see what area of your life where Pisces is, it's going to reveal a lot more about what's under review right now. Retrogrades are always a chance to re-examine, refresh, renew, restore, rebalance, and reset, because this new moon that has this aspect to Neptune and Saturn, way out there, and Saturn, and by the way, Neptune is like hanging on at the very last degree of the zodiac. So there's like this 29 degrees and 55 minutes. So it's like the very end of the zodiac, and it's going to retrograde back. So it's kind of a cool time to really think about that what is in this kind of void, this space of we're about to enter the next sign, and it's like, nope. And there's a big shift from Pisces to Aries, from that water sign, from that deep feeling water sign into the let's go, the ram, the Aries, the fire sign. So lots of beautiful support for this new moon. And so as you think about what it is that you would like to create really take some time to set some intentions. I will be hosting this Friday, July 5th, a new moon guided visualization and intention setting circle at 10 a.m. So I'm doing it early because it's right after the holiday. And just to give everybody an opportunity, somewhere in between the big celebration and before moving into the rest of the weekend, because the energy is so lovely, to just be intentional for, you know, an hour of your day to think about what it is that you want to create. What is it that you want to bring forth into this world that is uniquely yours? And I invite you to get clear on that. And then if you want further steps, stay tuned or check out the link in my bio to the Mystical Moon memberships, where we are going to be doing a lot of this work over the course of the summer. Moon memberships are open from now until July 7th. So this Sunday, we'll be getting started with our Mystical Moon call on Monday, where we are going to be talking about the king energies. The king energy. So today is a Queen of Diamonds day. Yesterday was a King of Diamonds day. And so we're going to start next week, July 8th, with a talk on the kings and their energies. And so once again, a king can be a woman or a man, a non-binary person. King energy is just the divine masculine, that powerful force, that very, there's a lot of responsibility. I was about to do this Spider-Man quote, like with great power comes great responsibility. So kings do have responsibility, but we will be talking about all four suits of the king. So perhaps if you are a king or would like to know if you're a king, consider joining that Ace of Clubs membership program. It's called the Knowledge Seekers. So the Knowledge Seekers, anybody who is born a club, is very similar to a Mercury spirit, a Virgo, a Gemini spirit, where you just want to, even Aquarius, you just want to learn, you want to know, you want to study more. And if you are fascinated by the mystical sciences, I would love to share with you how a standard deck of cards is actually an ancient calendar, an astrological calendar, and how it moves in a very scientific way reveals so much about our soul's intention here on earth in this lifetime. What are our karmic connections, and who do we have karmic ties to, and how are we clearing that? It just gives us guidance into understanding where we are and what we're working through. So I mentioned all the queens except for the Queen of Hearts so far, because the Queen of Hearts, she is my result card this year. We all have them in our annual spread. And as my results card, that means by the end of the year, by the end of my, I'll go ahead and say it, my 51st year, my 50 wonderful year. At the end of this year, the Queen of Hearts is my result card. And the Queen of Hearts, heart is the love energy. So she is the mother card, right? She is very much, all queens have a servant's heart, and she is that card of the mother. And also, ladies, gentlemen, Queen of Hearts energy has a very strong Mars energy. It is the card also of sexual pleasure. So yes, these cards do reveal all kinds of wisdom, everything from sex to, you know, your finances, to business decisions, to work, to life purpose, to partnerships with co-workers, with friends. It is a fascinating system that is just one more tool that we can put into our spiritual tool belts to understand ourselves and those that we interact with just a little bit better. Because as Maya Angelou always says, when you know better, you do better. So on that, thank you so much for joining me for this new moon in Cancer video. I would be remiss if I didn't share a song with you that I encourage you to listen to. In fact, over on my Spotify, Let Love Rise, Andrea Blythe, there is a playlist called The Reset, because this lunar cycle that begins on Friday with this new moon in Cancer is resetting the moon energy. It is correcting it. So for like the last year and a half, we have been in what's called a lunar reversal. This is the one that will correct it. And it will be followed by the full moon in Capricorn, which is that second full moon in Capricorn on July 21st. And so there is going to be a Let Love Rise in-person celebration on July 20th to celebrate that beautiful full moon, which will complete the reset. And I'm just saying, I'm ready for a reset. Reset button. Boop. All right, my friend, thank you so much for listening to this. If you like what you heard, please subscribe to my channel, share it with a friend who you think might find value in it as well. And please check out I don't know which way to point, depends on where this is playing, but check out the Mystical Moon membership page. The link is either in the bio or on YouTube. It's in the comments, and see if there's just a little bit more that you would like to dive deeper into, not only into understanding these cards, which we will be studying for the course of this summer. Again, it's a calendar, so it will go perfectly through this summer season to talk about every card in the deck. And then there are also opportunities to get involved in the Love Tribe, where you meet for the new moons and in-person gatherings. There is the Queen of Diamond level, which is for the risers. Those of you who are done playing small, who are taking this reset button with me and being like, yes, I'm ready to move forward, but I don't know how. I don't know how. I feel stuck, or I'm overwhelmed, or I'm freaking scared. I can speak to all of those things because I have been there. I am there. I am in it with you. And together we can do amazing things. And I would be thrilled to be your guide in your journey back to joy as we work through the beta program called Rise. So that is for Queen of Diamonds, called the Risers. And then finally, for the spades out there, this is for spiritual entrepreneurs, people who have a business and are ready to grow and expand what they're sharing with the world. So it is a mastermind called the Council of the Mystical Masters. It is the King energy. It is the Queen energy. It is even the Jack energy, which we will also be talking about in that program. That is the creativity. That is, yes, playful and fun energy. So all of this and more on Mystical Moon Mondays, where we will be talking about the Magi and the cards of your destiny throughout the course of the summer. So much good stuff to come. And in the meantime, the playlist, the song to listen to is Dreamland by Amos Lee. It is just one that makes you want to dream big. And I say, do it. Do it. Let nothing hold you back. You are the queen of your carriage. Get out of that carriage, crank up some tunes, get in the driver's seat, and go along the most interesting path with joy in your heart, and maybe some friends by your side. Maybe it's your new Let Love Rise tribe. See you next time. Thanks for listening. Have a beautiful day.